All right, let's now talk about the Monday night game, the last game on the card, New Orleans and Carolina. Carolina, 5 straight ATS losses. I just kind of I think Cam Newton might be injured. I think the Panthers might be a fade team going forward. They're getting big points here, though. And the Saints, again, it didn't look quite, it was a little bit, made me feel a little bit uncomfortable the way the Saints got their win and cover last week, relying on special teams. But to me, there's something wrong with Newton. I think he might be injured. Carolina lost 5 in a row ATS. What's your take on this one? Monday Night Football, Donnie Rightside.
Yeah, a couple close losses in the past couple games, which Cam Newton is driving me wild, but he's driving me wild as a favorite and driving me wild as a total, where I got a mixed extra point in the fourth quarter versus Cleveland, and then all you have to do in this game, hand it off 3 times to Christian McCaffrey. You would have walked in, you would have won the football game last week, but we're dialing up fastballs at the 2-yard line when we're a power running team inside. It was just baffling to watch, but this is going to be interesting because early in the week, you're saying like they are a fade team, which I believe possibly could be true. But sometimes when you're getting points in a situation when you are an extremely good home team, close to 7, we're looking at the New Orleans Saints. You saw it last week, survive in advance. We just need a victory. And this is no longer your big play offense, it seems, from the New Orleans Saints. I think the Carolina Panthers will hang around in this football game. I don't think the Carolina Panthers win, but I'm not going to be surprised if this comes down to, again, in the last minute, 3-point game where Cam Newton just can't get the job done, but they lose 23-20, 24-21, 27-24, where he just can't get him over. I think the game's going to be close. I do think New Orleans wins, but I think Carolina's going to get the cover here. All
right, yeah, Whale Capper, I went with the Jets +7 in the Saturday game in the first game of the show that we talked about here. We have a similar line here. The Saints have looked a little bit uninspiring just from an ATS perspective over their last 2 road games. This is their 3rd road game, giving big points to Carolina. What's your take on this one, Whale Capper?
I think you guys nailed a couple of key points there. 3rd straight road game for the Saints is a huge problem.
Yeah.
When you're talking about covering 6.5 points on the road against a good home team, especially in a primetime spot with their season on the line. On top of all that, I get basically a free roll here on the Panthers. I have so much Panthers regular season wins under liability. Like they just need to not win. Anything but 3 straight wins here from the Panthers, and I am home free on a ton of Panthers under wins. So I'm going to take the free roll and take a big old fat position on Panthers +6 here and hope that they cover but lose. And then everyone goes home happy. But from an actual X's and O's standpoint, I think this is a nice matchup for the Panthers. You brought up the point that you think Cam Newton is injured. He is. He's injured. He got hurt in the Steelers game. He got his his shoulder got absolutely, barreled on 2 plays in a row. The second one, he absolutely was limited after that. He hasn't been nearly as accurate since then. He doesn't have a supreme wide receiving set that can make up for slightly inaccurate passing. And so they stall out on drives just on the regular right now. All that said, they have a nice set of weapons that can compete with, the Saints. Especially in the running game, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see them lean on Christian McCaffrey pretty heavily in this one. And Panthers, this is their last-ditch effort. This is they're still alive for that 6th wild card spot. They only have to beat the Saints twice and the Falcons once to get there. So hopefully they lose this game and then whatever happens.
Yeah, I mean that you kind of took the words right out of my mouth. I just don't really want to bet on Carolina if Cam Newton is actually injured. The flip side of that is, though, you don't know what drugs they're injecting into him to make him healthy for the span of time that he needs to be to play 1 football game. But what about the under? Now, I know the under has crashed, right? The total's crashed. It opened at 53.5. It's now down to 50.5, 51 at Bovada. But based on everything you said, Whale Capper, sounds like maybe the under might be the best way to go.
No way. No way. If I was going to look at a total here, I would absolutely look at the over. You're going to get kitchen sink effort on the offense for the Carolina Panthers. Even if they're down late, they're going to be chucking. If the passes aren't going to be completed, they're going to be hitting the ground. On top of all that, the MVP race is still wide open. Right. And Drew Brees, I got to think that he has his mind on that career achievement to go along with all the other career achievements he's racked up this season. If the Saints are comfortably covering here, are they going to take their foot off the gas, or are they going to give Drew Brees the opportunity to get more passing touchdowns so he can look better statistically matched up against Pat Mahomes? They're going to give him the chance to score some more. So, this is an overlook. if the people who are out there piling money on the under, God help them. This to me is a no doubt over game.
Wow, so that would be an official play for you then, 50.5 or 50 at Pinnacle.
If it goes down to any lower, I'm putting a play on it. Right now, I have so much money tied up in the Panthers. I've got that I don't know if I can, convince myself to put any more bankroll down on this game.
All right, Donnie Rightside will give you the final word. Carolina getting big points at home, a good home team, but some questions surrounding Cam Newton's health. What's your take on this one, Donnie Rightside?
Yeah, so I'll lean on taking the points in this game. If you look at the last 3 games, which is really interesting, and with the let me just lost this for a second. With the New Orleans Saints, last 3 games haven't looked so good out there, on offense. Maybe it is a get-right game, but I do agree one thing with Whale Capper says. Drew Brees has a lot of Russell Westbrook in him. If you gave him true serum, he would say, I will give back every single win as long as I can throw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns every single game. There is a lot to that. There is no better statistical monster than Drew Brees. If you're down 10, back in the day when they didn't have any defense and they were down 21 points with no shot to come back, he's running no huddle under 2 minutes to make sure he gets another 50 yards, another 5 completions, and another touchdown. There's a lot to be said about Drew Brees and stat hunting, and that's a good point.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.